Hello and welcome back to another iteration of Titi's Car Chronicles. I am TJ Randolph. Listen, I've got a little bit of mindless information that you all might think is mindless, but I really think it's pretty interesting. Have you ever been doing something and it makes you think, well, and you come across something that's yours and you start thinking about, wow, I wonder if anybody else does this. Well, what am I talking about? I'm glad you asked. I was changing my purse into this little ditty right here. And I came across, when I changed my purse, I pull out the vital things that I'm gonna need, right? So one of the things I pulled out is this. Now I think you all might say, well, what the hell is that? For all my military people, you know what little green book reminds us of. Well, what I do is, and I actually got this idea from my then 12-year-old niece who's actually 18 now. So at the time, my sister didn't allow her to have a phone, but she needed to have telephone numbers of how to get in touch with relatives if something happened. So she had a little book like this and wrote all the phone numbers in it for her mom, dad, auntie, everybody, that if just in case something happened, she would have a way to get in contact with people. So that made me think that is a great idea because we depend on our phones so much. I'm willing to bet none of us have committed phone numbers to memory. None of us. I'm guilty of it. Now, there are certain phone numbers I do have committed to memory. My mom, my dad, my husband, my daughter, but a lot of other phone numbers I don't have committed to memory, whereas that we used to do that. So I got my own little book. So if something happened, my phone wasn't working, I couldn't get into anybody, I could go into my little address book and get the numbers. So I don't know if you all might consider this useless information, but some of my old heads might find it beneficial. And it doesn't take up a lot of room. You can put it in your wallet, you can put it in your purse, put it in your back pocket. So it's just something to think about. Also, as I was driving here I'm out running errands, I was thinking about something else I learned that I didn't think would really, I just assumed that everybody else would learn it. Well, what am I talking about? I'm talking about knowing my direction. North, south, east, and west. As a kid, we had to learn that, to navigate our way, home, school. But even more so, when I went into the military, particularly Army, shout out to my Army veterans, even in the reserve, I had to learn land navigation. I had to learn terrain. And it's those things. I went into the Army Reserve at age 19. I still remember those things. And the reason why I say that is because how many of you would know how to orient yourself if you could not use a phone, if you could not use a GPS to get to your destination? How many of you would be able to give directions for someone to your house? If you say, go north on this street, go west on this street, how would you even know to do that? We have come to rely so much on technology, which is a good thing, but the things that just basic knowledge or, things that could survival, I'm just being honest, we don't learn those things anymore. So I was thinking about that because I went to this location, this Best Buy, and I really wasn't familiar with it. So I got the address and I started to try to navigate. So how many of you, I just wanted to see if I could, how many of you know how to read a map? And you probably say, I don't need to know how to read a map. I have GPS, or my friend has a GPS, and that is true. However, what would you do if you didn't have that? Some of y'all be stuck. Just something to consider. So, what have we learned today? A little handy dandy pocketbook pocket notebook to put telephone numbers, emergency contact information, just in case you cannot get to your phone died or whatever. And just kind of orient yourself to your surroundings in your neighborhood. What's north, south, east, and west? How would you navigate, or how would you instruct someone to get to your house if they didn't have GPS? That's all I got. Ciao for now.